Welcome back to Thunder Insider from here at the Thunder Event Center. Well, as we mentioned before, Nick Collison, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook are the ones who have been with this team since the beginning in 2008. They are the ones, Grant, who have set the standards for Thunder basketball every day. And in part one, we heard them kind of joke about the beginning, a little bit of a rough start, getting the program and the organization and the team going. But in part two, there's a feeling out process a little bit when you're starting to get to know your teammates. We're going to hear about them talk about each other. As a former player, what is that like when you're getting to know each other?
Quite frankly, that's the fun part, Leslie, because you have no idea what this guy is all about, the new guys that are coming onto your team. But it's also the part that mirrors life to me the most, because you have to accept people for who they are and what they are, and especially on the team, because you have to work around those different ideas and different personalities. And I think when you talk about having new guys on your team, if you can accept them and who they are and what they are, you're going to move quickly up the ladder to success, and I think this is where this club is right now.
All right, well, in part two, you're going to hear them talk about how this community has embraced them as a team, and you're going to hear them talk about each other.
I definitely didn't know Nick at all, but Nick is a very intelligent guy. Me coming in not knowing much, he was a very laid back, but he knew a lot. He's been there since day one.
I just remember him from his Kansas days and being on his team. I seen from day one the small things that he did that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but all his teammates loved him for. And me as a young guy, I knew our team would change with just the fact that we're rebuilding, and some guys weren't going to be here and some guys weren't part of the plan, but I always knew Nick would be here just because, how he was a team first guy, just always did his job every single day, and I was a great leader.
I've seen these guys since they were rookies and didn't know much. I think both of them are similar in terms of they're very genuine, and what you see is what you get with them. I think these two have been very real from the jump.
I knew Kevin a little bit, but not much. But he's also a smart guy. Basketball, he knows the game. Even though he was young coming into the league, but he knew the game, and he helped me out as a rookie, and still is. So
with Russ, I knew him just a little bit when he got here. His competitive fire, it was just different from anybody I've seen. Since that first day of practice, I remember he dunked on one of our teammates, a 7-footer, jumped over him, and that day I kind of just, everything else, I was like, wow, he got my attention.
Russell was just been the way he is, he's just all in your face all the time. That's how he plays. I think his game has always been, I just want to beat the guy in front of me. And he's really worked hard to figure out some of the other things now as he's gotten older. And I used to be really frustrated with him at times, and just how he would play. I think I didn't get him right away. I think I understand him a lot more now. That's the thing I know now is, he'll go to war for you as his teammate. He's always going to compete and give you everything he has. I'm lucky. These two guys give us a shot to be really good.
It's one of the few times Nick get excited.
Yeah. You can see that I'm not off the floor very much. Kevin's off the floor much higher.
That's your first year here, Kev. That's one of the games we won. I don't know which one it was, but we won it.
Well, I just think it's a rare thing when you can have you can be here from the start of something like this, and to have three guys or like we are here who have been together for so long, the continuity doesn't always happen like that. And for me, it's really rare for a player like me, a role player, to be able to be with one organization for so long. For whatever reason, it's worked out. But it's really cool for me to be able to see every stage of it.
As a player, I think for anyone, everybody wants to win the championship. We just gotta put in the work and get it done.
It mean the world. I think it would mean more, to do it with these group of guys right here, more than anything. It would be amazing, and just to win for a great city like this that deserves it would be pretty cool.
How the fans embraced us when we got here. We was 2-24. They came every night. They supported us. We were down, each and every night. And to me, I just feel like it's only right for us to give back to the community as much as we can.
This whole city, it doesn't feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels like a big family, and it's pretty cool to be a part of. Just the Thunder logo, just to me, just a sense of pride that you have when you put the jersey on. For all the people that that came before you and that's going to come after you, as far as character, just being that guy for your teammate, being trustworthy for not just your team but your community.
A sense of pride and once you put the jersey on, I think since the team has been here, we have set a staple on how things should be done, and what type of players come in and out of the organization, what type of guys, what type of teammates you like. And I think once I'm done playing, and whoever may come next, they know once they put the jersey on, it's they know we have great fans, they know we have a great organization, great people around us, great town.
We've seen it be built from the beginning. It's definitely something I'm proud of, to be a part of that. I think that what we've built it's based on principles. It's based on doing your work every day, being a good teammate, being humble, those type of things. It's been built on a very solid foundation, I think. And so just as long as that's continued to be in place, I think I'll be proud of that.
Well, Grant, it's fun to hear them joke about just getting to know each other, filling each other out, and those first impressions. But you've also been here since the beginning. What were your first impressions of these three guys?
Well, I already knew about Nick Collison. He came into the league the year I retired, but I already had an understanding of who he was at Kansas, how hard he worked. He was a very good player in the Big 12. And then I heard about Kevin Durant, a very young player, just lighting up the league, shooting the ball at Texas. But I didn't know a whole lot about Russell Westbrook. But when I found out about him as he was coming into the league, a very dynamic point guard out of UCLA, and when I had a chance to meet him, how bubbly his personality was and how competitive he was, that jumped off the page right away. And I knew those three guys were really going to gel very well together.
Is it surprising to you that three guys with such different personalities can play so well together on a team?
I think it's a mutual respect for everybody. You hear Nick talk about Russell Westbrook and what he thought about him when he first came to the team, and then you understand how they respect Nick Collison and all that he does to make this team better, his work ethic, his mentality that he brings to every single game. And then Kevin Durant, the special player that he is, everybody respects him. There's a mutual respect between all three of those players and their abilities and what they're able to do.
That's what we call a recipe for success. Coming up next on Thunder Insider, we'll get General Manager Sam Presti's thoughts on these three young men.